So hello everyone and welcome. Today is a very new week that we have. We are all actually today is on 15th, the mid of the month of September. So again a new week and let's look at Gold Rush today. What we are anticipating. So we begin by looking at the Forex Factory calendar and today we look at let's look at the weekly perspective to see what we are anticipating here. So this is today we don't have high much impact news, but on Tuesday we'll be having the core retail sales data for the USD. They're projecting an increase of the core retail sales and a decrease of the retail sales. So that's what we are looking at on Wednesday, we'll be looking at, remember, I'm only focusing on the USD pairs, on the USD news. So on Wednesday, we'll be having the FOMC, whereby we are projecting it to cut the rates to 2.5, all right? I mean, by 25 basis points cut. That's what we are projecting, or that's what we are looking forward to. And so in case that happens, all right, so we might be able to see the dollar weaken. But again, what is very important is the pressure, all right? The pressure is very significant here, all right? So the pressure, when they cut the rates, it's not just about cutting the rates or maintaining the rates the same or maybe decreasing the rates or increasing the rates, but it's actually the reasoning behind that. That's what really makes the price to be a bit volatile. So I anticipate a bit of more volatility at 9:30 p.m. during the presser conference. Then on Thursday we have only the unemployment claims for the USD. That is on Thursday at 3:30, and then on Friday we don't have any major data for the USD. All right. So, but again, looking at the other currencies, we have the CAD CPI, we have the GBP CPI. Also, we have the Bank of Japan, we have the Bank of England, we have also the Bank of Canada, which will be giving out their rates sentiments, right? So that is technically, fundamentally. So let's look at the technical bit of it and allow me to begin with the dollar index, all right? So that we can be able to have some sentiments in terms of where the price is going to. So, this is the weekly chart, all right? This is the weekly chart, and from the weekly chart, what we are seeing here is some bearish sentiments, all right? We are looking at some bearish sentiment here. We are seeing a lot of bearish pin bars. You can see rejection of very long wicks at the top, rejection of higher prices, and what we'll be looking at is maybe probably the price taking out these liquidities at this particular point, all right? That's we are looking at maybe 96.40. But now if you look at the structure wise, we are talking about from the weekly time frame, maybe we are expecting the price to come to about 90.400 levels thereabouts to test this particular level, because that's where we have the bigger structure. So when we come to the daily time frame, so from the daily time frame, like I had hinted last time, like I did hinted last time, from the daily time frame, we had a shift in market structure here. And the reason why these we were looking at this order block here, and we can see prices have been undermined, or this level has been holding prices. They have been tested severally, but what we are seeing here is a likelihood of a breakout. All right, we are seeing a likelihood of a breakout. If you look at that particular trend line there, all right, so we are looking at likelihood maybe that anytime we might see the price either break, mostly on the downside, higher probability on the downside, but also we cannot rule out the breakout on the upper direction, because it's the price. It will give us what maybe probably it can give us. Then when you look on the upper direction, then this is the level that we are looking at, this level here from the daily time frame. That's why we have the daily engulfing. Okay, so but for me, I'm looking higher chances is that I'm anticipating a bearish sentiment, continuation of the bearishness. But again, because of the fundamentals, the FOMC, If you're going to see a cut, then we might be able to see the price push on the upper or the lower direction. So when you come to the daily time frame, then we have that. So it will be very key today's daily candle to see how the price is going to behave here from this daily candle. So if you're going to see the body of the candlestick close below this trend line, then we'll be having a breakout here, and we will be looking at even more bearish, more bullish, more bearish prices. Okay, so if you look at this particular point, we have that ascending triangle, ascending channel, which also gives some clues of the price pushing on the downside. Okay, so that is the dollar index. On the 4-hour time frame, of course, as well, we have this particular point. We might be able to see the price rally to this point before maybe seeing a push on the downside. Maybe you can slightly look on the daily. I mean, though I don't really go on the 1-hour time frame, I really focus on the 4-hour time frame, so that I can be able to get quite some bigger pushes of the price here, right? So these are the key levels that I'm looking at, right? Those are the key levels that I'm looking at. So I'm very bearish for the the dollar index. So I'm very bearish for that. So once it breaks below this level, then now we'll be looking at these other particular level. We have some liquidities here, and also we have and OB. Okay, we have these liquidity, sell side liquidity there, and also we have an OB. So that's what I'll be looking at. This one, we can have it like that, which is also an OB that has already been tested. All right. So this other one here, we can have it as an engulfing, or maybe probably go to the lower time frames and be able to minimize that particular risk. All right. All right, so we have it like that particular that way. Okay, so those are the levels. Break below here, we are going to see the price come to this particular zone. All right, so let me now look at gold real quick. So when you look at gold, this is what I'm looking at. So let me delete these particular points. Or before I delete, let me go to the lower time frames, the 5 minutes time frame. And this is the entry that we had yesterday, right? This is the entry that we had the entries that we had probably on Friday, right? These entries here. So we were looking at this particular level, price coming to these levels and giving us a selling opportunities. For those who watched the Gold Rush daily on Friday, this was a selling point. And also we were looking at price coming to this particular level, right? Price coming to this particular level. Think yeah, this particular level for some sales. Price came out for some buys. Price came all the way to that particular point. That is today morning, missing by a very few pips, but pushed about 79 pips, okay, before now the breakout from this particular level. So now what are we looking at today? So this week. So let's go to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we are seeing we are still bullish, right? We are still bullish. Remember, this is the weekly level that we have been looking at, the wedge, right, which has been giving us that bullish sentiment. We saw the breakout of that particular wedge, and now we are still pushing higher. So for this, the level that we can look at is this particular point from the weekly time frame, right? So we are still bullish on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we are also bullish. The price having taken out these liquidities, right? Where we had some all-time highs there, and this was about 3,500 level where we had some all-time highs. So taking out that all-time highs and now pushing up, creating another all-time high at around this particular point. Okay, so all-time high should be about 74,695, right? 74,695. So that is 74. 0.695. That's where we have the all-time highs. Okay, so this is where we are targeting the price maybe to come to in case you're going to see some bullish sentiment. So on the daily time frame, we have this bullish engulfing. It's a level we can mark it because it's also a level that is almost near this support level, whereby we saw the price take out these all-time highs. Then we go to the 4-hour time frame. And on the 4-hour time frame, we have this particular scenario that we are seeing here. So we are seeing this consolidation here. That is a price consolidating in that particular channel. All right. So we have an uptrend. Then we have a price consolidating in a rectangle. So we anticipate some bullish breakout. Also, if you look at it keenly, it is giving us some. We have another bullish peanut here, right? We have another bullish peanut as well that is forming at this particular point, right? We have it like that. So the reason why we are looking at some likelihood of price bullishness, right? Pushing up, okay? So if you look at this particular level now, so allow me to delete this so that now we can have our OB here. All right, so our order block here. So in case the price comes to this level, we're gonna buy, right? We're gonna be looking for buying opportunities from this particular zone, okay? So if the price breaks below that zone, then the next buying level that we'll be looking at is at this particular level where we have this 1 hour bullish engulfing, okay? So in case the price breaks below this level, then we might be able to see the price push down all the way to this particular point. So in a nutshell, this is what I'm saying. So we have that, right? Sorry. Allow me to delete that. So we have that. Or we might be able to see the price break below that, then a retest, then now the selling opportunity. And then at this particular point, we are going to look at some potential buying opportunity. Okay, so that's how I'm looking at it. So in case also the price is able to break below this point, then this is the next level that we are looking at. Of course, because of these weeks, we can go to the lower time frames and be able to minimize now the risk. So let's begin by minimizing these levels here. So here again, we can be able to see this quite trend line here, all right, that the price has been respecting. So if you look at the currency strength meter, we see right now gold is a bit stronger than the USD. Okay, so because you can see the prices here, they are stopped at this particular level, and you can see it, they opened there, took out the liquidities, all right, then now it has pushed all the way to this particular point, and now what we are seeing is a likelihood of even maybe price respecting that level and pushing lower. But again, remember, it's on a Monday. Don't be in a rush to take trades because Mondays sometimes can be very confusing, okay? So we have that particular level. Also, when you look at price, again, we have this particular level as the OB, right? Actually, this one here, right? Because from this level, we had the POS happen this particular point. So meaning in case the price comes back to around the 3,635, 56 levels here, we might be able to see some selling opportunities from that particular zone. So here, that is what we are looking at, okay? So this is a potential selling zone, and this one here, it's a potential buying zone. So we can go low even to the 5 minutes time frame, and now we minimize the risk, right? We minimize the risk. We have it maybe at that particular point. That is the level that we'll be looking for some buying opportunities. Okay, so the level to look at for some buying opportunities there. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is this: here we look at some potential sells. In case the price maybe breaks above this level, we'll be looking at some potential buys, of course, targeting these all-time highs here. In case now we see the price pushing on the downside, so we are looking at this level, all right, for some potential buying opportunities. I mean, for some potential buying opportunities, a break above that level will signify, below this level will signify some selling opportunities, targeting the price to come to this particular point here, right? So from this level here now, we can be looking for some potential buying opportunities. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at gold today. Again, it's on a Monday morning, so let's make sure today we just monitor what the price does, and then now we are able to position ourselves accordingly. Okay, we are able to position ourselves accordingly. So that's it from me. So make sure you are focused in your trading. You're always a discipline, and remember to trade with purpose.